A lot of people will be scared here. A lot of people will be scared, and I'll name them.
Guys, I don't know where my lip gloss went. I cannot make this shit up. I probably filmed this video 3 times now. A bitch is tired. A bitch is ready to get this uploaded. Today's story time. I really don't know what I'm gonna name it yet, but you guys are gonna tell by the title because I have no clue what I'm gonna name it. Basically, this is about the time where I found out this dude is not for me. I really feel like 2020 has been a crazy fucking year, and it's just revealing stuff to me as time goes on. So, you know, whatever. I know lately half of my story times have been about guys, but I mean, this is my experience with life, and what comes with growing is relationships. So, I mean, take it or leave it. Use my discount code RENLUX for a percentage, RENLUX10 for a percentage off of this coat. Lovely wholesale, but let's get it cracking. So, do I look stupid wearing a coat inside? I don't think anyone makes videos with coats on. I don't freaking care, dude. It's cold. Maybe, let me try to, okay. So basically, we gonna name this boy, I don't want to be mean. I really don't want to be mean, but I'm known for giving out my funny ass names. I really want to name him Bum. I really do, but I'm not going to do that. But I really do, because Bum, ill. Like, let me take this coat off. Let me just stop being a crybaby and take it off, because like, it just looks like an oxymoron as fuck. I really want to name him Bum, but you know, whatever. We're going to name him I really want to name him Bum so bad, and it's not okay. Whatever. We're gonna name him, we're just gonna name him Teddy. We're gonna name him Teddy. I really want to call him a bum though. I really do. I was talking to Teddy for a minute now. Like, we've been talking for a long time, honestly. And this time around, now we're actually seeing each other. Before, we was really only texting and FaceTiming each other. But this time, this merry-go-round, like, we actually seeing each other this time, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm telling you guys it's December 21st for a reason, because that in mind, December 21st, if you don't know, it's not when you get your fucking superpowers. I'm not gonna go into a rant on that, but basically a lot of spiritual awakenings are going to be happening. A lot of clarity is going to be happening to people who have been meditating and trying to become one with themselves, honestly. So I invited him over so we can chill, because, you know, I haven't chilled with him in a minute and I like miss him a little bit. Y'all, I was watching like one of my clips from my videos, and I didn't like how you couldn't see this edge, but you could see this edge. So if I keep trying to show my edge, that's why. So I invited him over, and you guys know my mom doesn't live here. She lives with her husband. So she comes back and forth to this house, you know what I'm saying, to check up on the house. So this time my mom was here, and it was so inconvenient, and we ended up getting in an argument. So I ended up leaving the house. So I text him and I'm like, never mind, don't come anymore. Like, woo, like, it's a bad time. Me and Dukes just got into it bad. Like, don't come, because I'm not even there. I left. So, you know, he ends up blowing my phone up, cussing me out, all this shit, like, basically because he don't got a car, and his friend took him all the way to my side of town to come see me. So he kind of just felt like I played for real, you know what I'm saying? He was just being very like extra, and his temper is just something I don't deal with. I don't deal with temper, just because honestly, my dad, I'm gonna just keep it a stack, you know, call a spade, bitch. My dad was very verbally abusive and physically abusive sometimes. So temper, I don't really do that. I don't do good with. All them long paragraphs, dead, didn't really read it, like, type shit, like, you know. So I'm just a very nonchalant person when it comes to arguments. I really don't argue. But you know, I was like, okay, let me be understanding and let me like try to like, you know, okay, because he came all the way from a whole different side of town. He had his friend. It kind of was like a blank trip, you know. I'm like kind of like wasted his time. So I was like, let me see what I can do, because usually my mom doesn't stay here all day anyways. I have him meet up with me in this area that I was at, And he pulls up and I get in the car and they just in there waiting. And I was just like, my mom's not gonna be there all day, so we could just wait it out until she leaves. But she didn't end up leaving at all. So what I didn't want to be a headache. So I was just, because obviously this is not his car. You see what I'm saying? It would have been different if he had a car. This really would have been an issue because we could have just chilled, went somewhere else, and waited until my mom left to come back. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't have a fucking vehicle. This was his friend's car. So I really didn't want to be a headache and have his friend just in there waiting with us. I was like, how about we just go to my mom's house and just wait until she leaves and then come back here? So my mom, she didn't end up leaving till 7. So she lives a few blocks down from like where I live, you know what I'm saying? So at 6:30, I was like, we can just walk back to my house because it's all in the same neighborhood. Like my neighborhood is like, there's stores here, CVS. It's like so many different places. Everything's connected, you see what I'm saying? So I wanted us to walk down at 6:30 because I didn't want her to see us walking together with a look bad. Like she's driving back to her house and like we walking together to my house. Like no, it was gonna look messy. So we end up doing that and we end up getting to my house and everything's cool. Meanwhile, I forgot to tell you guys that in the car, I looked at my phone and it said 444. And I'm not trying to sound like the memes that everybody makes fun of, because little do y'all not know, that shit is really ignorant that y'all really like sit up there and make fun of like, oh, 444-333, because it really means stuff, you see what I'm saying? But you guys are so ignorant and y'all think that shit is funny. It's the pineal gland for me being blocked, sis. It's you being like brainwashed as fuck for me, sis. So, yeah, so I seen that on my phone and I never, ever, and I mean guys, ever, if you guys aren't in sync with the spirit, it is really rare to see these numbers come up like this, like for real. And I never seen it. And bitch, I be up for hours and hours. I'm always on my phone. I never catch the time, but I did catch it and it said 444. Meanwhile, this was December 21st, guys. If you guys don't know what that means, 444 basically means that there's angels, guardians in your presence. You're protected. Everything will go as planned. Keep that in mind for today's story. Okay. Boom, we ended up making it back to my house and my mom had to come back here to give me my medicine and to drop off some food. So I had him wait in my room. So when she comes back, she doesn't like see him in the fucking living room or something. So we waiting on my mom to come back. So we just chilling in my room because this isn't my room. So we just chilling, and he says one thing that turns me off. And this is gonna go on a roll, how I keep getting turned off from this nigga like a fucking domino effect. He's a hood nigga, right? You know what I'm saying? So he brings up his ops. Next caller! He brings up his ops and I really got irritated at this point. Like when he brought up his ops, I literally like looked at him and I was just irritated because like, why do you keep bringing them up? And now listen, this is one of many hood niggas that I ever talked to. You see what I'm saying? I know niggas be having ops. I know niggas be out there in the field and shit. It's normal. But what isn't normal, I dated so many hood niggas. I don't want to say dated, but I talked to so many hood niggas. I'm friends with hood niggas. You see what I'm saying? And they never bring their ops up, like ever. I never was like around a nigga that just always brought their ops up. Their mind is really on everything else but their ops. You see what I'm saying? Because like, why do you constantly think about someone you don't like? You see what I'm saying? Like you don't. So like they really never bring up their ops. The only time they bring up their ops is when like there was a bad situation to where they got into it real bad, but they won't even talk about it all night. They'll like talk about it and be like, yeah, that's what happened, but you know, we're gonna shake that. Like you know what I'm saying? We gonna get them niggas when we get them niggas and that's it. I got irritated immediately because he always brings them up and it was starting to get like annoying to me. So I'm vocal, bitch, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. So I turned around to him and I was like, why you always bring them niggas up? Like your mind is always about the ops and I wanna kill a op. I'ma hit me a op. Like it seems like ever since you've been off house arrest.
Say what?
Wait, stop the motherfucking music.
You've been looking for the ops and you are so like persistent on getting and killing the ops. and you have yet to kill one. And I was like, why are you always trying to meet up with the ops? Why you always trying to do this? Meet up at the park, let's have a shootout with the ops. Why don't you just, when you see them niggas, you get them niggas and you handle your business? Why you always worried about the ops? Like, you don't even talk about your future, your goals, as much as you talk about the ops. Matter of fact, he don't ever bring up his future or his goals. So I don't even see why the fuck I was talking to him. Like, I don't even see, he was just like, he got really defensive and he was just like, bro, what the fuck? What are you talking about? The ops ain't on shit, da 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 da. So that's what I say, because bitch, I'm very logical and I think, and I'm just like, okay, if you see that these niggas are never on shit and all they do is talk shit on social media, why don't you just ignore them? You see what I'm saying? It comes to the point, we all know someone that always talks shit. I'ma do this to you, I'ma da 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 da, woo 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 type shit, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to it, they ain't meeting up with you. They ain't doing none of that shit with you. They just talking shit. So at that point, it's clear to you to move on with your life and probably think about something else, deal with something else, have your mind on something else, because they are the least of your worries. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I told him. I was like, okay, you see that they not on shit, so why are you always like thinking about them as if they are on shit? And he got mad at me and he was like, and this isn't his first time getting mad at me, because I kept asking, like, why are you always talking about the ops? Like, what the fuck? Like, that's weird. That's drama. Like, that's like, imagine dating a girl that's always talking about bitches she don't like. That's annoying. You don't want to date someone that's only talking about drama, talking shit about this girl, that girl. Oh, I don't like her. I got beef with her. You don't want to be around someone like that. So what makes you think I want to be around that? Like, you talking about that? I don't give a fuck about the ops. Boom. That was the first turn off. But, you know, I kind of just let it go because my mind was really on other shit. It really was just on my mom coming home and, like, bringing me my medicine and shit. So I really wasn't... I just got off of it, but it definitely was in my subconscious, bitch. It was in the back of my head. Boom, you know, my mom comes, she brings home the food, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that, and then she leaves. So that's when I'm like, okay, you can come out my room now. Like, she's going, like, we can chill. Like, she's not coming back, like, at all. That's when I, like, finally unwind. You know, the house is cleaned. I cleaned the house up. Everything is cool. So, like, I'm about to take a shower. Like, I'm stressed. I need to wipe all the stress off from today and unwind. You see what I'm saying? So I'm taking a shower and I get out the shower, you know, girls, you know, we put on our body cream, deodorant, perfume. You know, girls, when you come out the shower, you smell like good as fuck. So I'm excited, I'm comfortable, I'm just happy, you know what I'm saying? Like, see, my hair does not look the best right now. Like, it's really bothering me that there's no hair edge right here, but it's right here and it's bothering me. So, like, please don't let it bother you as much as it's bothering me. So, anyways, I come in the room and immediately I get hit with this smell, bitch, which is a turn off because Lauren done dealt with a lot of niggas. But I ain't never dealt with no stank ass, dirty ass nigga ever in my motherfucking life, in my fucking life, because who wants to be around somebody who stinks? So I come in the room and my room just... Now, you know your scent is powerful when you yourself as a human changes the whole scent of the fucking room, the whole aroma of the room. You know your scent is powerful. So I come in the room and the room stinks like, it just stinks. It smells like Fritos and it smells like weed. Like, it smells like dope. And I mean dope as in good shit. Like, and everybody knows good weed smells strong. And I don't really like how it smells personally. I think it smells like ass. I just don't see how you smell like that. You see what I'm saying? So that is when I got turned off. Like, second turn off right there is how, like, he made my room smell. Cause I done dealt with a few drug dealers and they didn't smell like that. If anything, they smell like weed, they gonna have cologne with it. Like, they smell clean. They smell like weed, cologne, and soap. This nigga didn't smell like anything other fucking such, and I'm mad as fuck. Just getting really mad thinking about that shit. So I come in the room and I put some candles on and I opened up the window because I was just over it. Like, that shit was disgusting how bad it smelled, because I'm coming in here smelling like cookies and cream, chocolate, eggnog, Christmas on top of motherfucking sprinkle, bitch. And you smell like motherfucking you just left the trap house. If the trap house had a smell, it was you. Like, the fuck? So boom, whatever. Had an attitude. I really did have an attitude. Like, when I unwind down and like start to chill out and stuff, I really did have a fucking attitude, because I was just like, I don't know, something about him being here, I just felt like he shouldn't have came. So remember, it's December 21st. I'm gonna keep reminding y'all that. Remember that it's December 21st. I get in my bed, you know, I relax and shit like that, and I'm ready to turn on a movie and, you know, watch a movie with him and shit. So meanwhile, it wasn't my intention to have sex with him like at all. I didn't want to have sex with him because I just didn't fucking want to. So like, it was never even in my mind thought like, oh, he's gonna come over, he's gonna fuck. Like, it was none of that. But the possibility of us fucking went to 0 when I came in here and the room stunk, because that means you stink. That means if your feet stinks, I don't give a fuck. If your feet stinks, that means you don't take showers. Because if you take showers, your feet won't stink. Okay, what if their feet don't stink, but their socks stink? In order for your socks to stink, that means you have to be sweating in them. Your feet has to be sweaty in order for your socks to stink. And your feet is only sweating if your hygiene isn't up to par. Okay, what if that wasn't his feet? And that was, first of all, it was his feet, because I remember I was sitting right, not me going off. I remember I was sitting right next to his feet and it smelled like a slight scent of Fritos, and I was I was so mad. And meanwhile, not to mention, he was spending the night. So I remember asking him like, how you came to spend the night and you ain't bring no toothbrush, you ain't bring no face rag, no facial cleanser, no extra clothes, like how you spending the night? And he was like, I gotta bring all that to spend one night. Yes. That's how I knew he was low-key kind of dirty, because like, what do you mean you have to bring all that just to spend one night? Of course you do. Like, I mean, that was just one sign for me that he was dirty, because dude, I fucked with a nigga that wouldn't even kiss me if he ain't brushed his teeth yet in the morning, because he considered that dirty. So the fact that you think not brushing your teeth and you was gonna fucking kiss me, bitch, you got the wrong motherfucking thing coming, boy, because you're not doing that with your teeth being dirty. No. Meanwhile, his breath smelled like shit. His breath smelled like shit and weed. I swear to God, it smelled like shit and weed. And it was just a lot of shit. It was really hitting me at the same time. And not even the stench, just everything. His energy, his aroma, all of that shit, his aura was hitting me too fast. And I couldn't breathe because I didn't know he was this type of nigga. I wouldn't even let myself talk to this type of nigga. I was just really disappointed in myself. And I'm just very disappointed in myself. But so yeah, I get into bed, he already trying to fuck. He already on bullshit trying to fuck, and I'm like, I don't want to fuck. I'm sorry, don't touch me like that. Like, I don't want to fuck or whatever. And you know, he's sucking on my titties. I swear to God, I almost threw up. I almost vomited, bitch. I felt violated, and I was just like, I'm not turned on by you. You know, so. And on top of that, I definitely didn't want to fuck because I'm trying to work on myself. I'm trying to work on repairing myself, and you know what I'm saying, help, like, you know, becoming the best me I possibly can. But the fact that I'm on my spiritual journey and you have your energy is corrupt, and you have a lot of demons that you're bringing with you. Your demons, because I don't care what anybody says, sex is very spiritual, and I stand on my word by that. I'm not gonna fuck you. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I'm not gonna fuck you because I'm working on myself, and if I fuck you, your energy, your demons and shit is going to drag me back down to where you're at, and you're at a low place. I could just tell he wasn't at a good place. You know, I could just tell. So I just didn't want to fuck myself up, so I didn't want to fuck him anyways. But even if I like the thought of us fucking, it wasn't gonna happen. Now, I'm not trying to judge nobody or nothing as well, because I don't want y'all to come off like, oh my gosh, she thinks she's too good for people, da, da, da. No, because I was a broken soul once too. My spirit was very corrupt. I had a lot of problems. I was doing drugs, I was drinking, I was partying every night. I had a very mean, nasty attitude. I was at a very low state, and I know how it feels for someone to give up on you when you're going through that low point in life. And that's why I didn't really turn my eye from him, just because he was going through some things, because I thought I could help him, but he didn't want the help. So there's nothing I can do with that but leave him where he at, because I'm not gonna be steady dragged down. I'm trying to go like this and you're steady dragging me down. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna deal with that. I know you guys are probably thinking, why didn't you kick him out? I'm gonna get into that later. At this point, I'm kind of disgusted by his presence. I really don't even want him in my house or anymore at all. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just about to go to sleep, because you know what? There was a reason why there were so many obstacles blocking him from coming and spending time with me tonight. And I think it's coming out right now. I'm starting to see the true him, because he's getting more comfortable with me. So his bummy ways are starting to show and all that shit. And I'm just not having it. Now, let's get into the next set. I have a rule in my house where don't smoke in my house, don't smoke weed in my house. I don't like the smell of weed. It triggers bad memories for me. And I told him that 3 times in a row, so he knows that. And this is how I know he really fucking knows that, because he literally tried to sneak and smoke weed in my motherfucking room. Like, on some lame ass shit, when I told him, you can either go outside, we have a very nice backyard, it's not that cold outside really, we have a garage, pick your poison, bitch, go to which one you want to go to. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm working with you here. You can still smoke your weed, just not in here. And I just feel like anyone who respects me and cares about my well-being, if someone that you care about is telling you that a certain scent triggers them and it fucks with them, why would you bring it around them? You see what I'm saying? And I know you guys are probably like, there's so many videos of you smoking, but who says it still didn't trigger me then? It still very much triggered me, but some shit I do for you guys, like the hot box videos, I made that for you guys. You know, I don't even like being high, honestly, and there's certain shit I'll just do purely for YouTube. Those smoking videos, I don't like being high. I don't even think you can tell, but I'm very uncomfortable when I smoke, so I don't want to hear any of that shit, okay? I'm asleep, and I think he feel like since I'm asleep, I won't smell anything. Like, I guess all my senses shut down when you fall asleep. I smell weed. So I turn around and I take the cover off of my face, and I'm like, so what's your plan with that? Like, what's your plan with that? Because he's literally sparking up, rolling up, smoking in my motherfucking room. Like, this nigga literally lies. He bold-faced lies and said, oh, because the window was all the way open. It was all the way open, and I don't have a screen in my window, so he made up the lie. And now that I'm thinking about it, it was a bold-faced lie, because he was like, oh no, I'm smoking outside the window. So what I feel like smoking outside the window is your torso, your head, your lips, your fucking fingers, and the blunt is outside, and the smoke is pushing that way. But he wasn't smoking outside. What he was doing was, because indeed, none of that was outside. His freaking arms wasn't even outside the motherfucking window. What he was doing was he opened the fucking window up, hoping that the window smell, like the outside smell, would overpower the weed. You guys know, air it out. You know what I'm talking about. And since he was so close to the window that I wouldn't notice, but I noticed, and you was smoking in my fucking room. And I told him, so are you gonna go in the garage? Because that's not what you're fucking doing. And he got an attitude with me and was like, you know, whatever, I'ma put it out, da 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 da, and trying to make me feel bad because I don't feel comfortable with the smell of fucking weed. Bitch, don't fucking do that. So boom, turned off again. At this point, I really don't want him in my house, like, for real. Like, he's irritating me now. And then he was acting like he didn't know where the garage was. He had me get out the bed. Like, I really just not fucking with him. Now he comes back from smoking and stuff, and instantly I could just tell the energy was off. I didn't feel comfortable with him. He made me feel very uncomfortable. And honestly, I didn't know why, because I chilled with him before. So like, why am I feeling these type of vibes now? Like, why didn't I feel it before? You know what I mean? And I wasn't feeling good, you know? I just felt uncomfortable, and we really didn't talk either. He was really standoffish because I didn't let him fuck. And throughout the night, and as the night progressed, he kept trying to, and I was just like, no, you turned me off completely. I'm not even really interested in you anymore. So at 3 a.m., I woke up and I stared at him long and hard. And if future nigga, if you're out here, if you ever catch me staring at you hard and good, it means I'm losing feelings for you, and I'm trying to understand you and trying to understand why I'm not liking what the fuck I'm liking, but I'm staring you down because I'm losing feelings. And I'm just looking at you like, what type of nigga is this? Like, what am I dealing with? What the fuck exactly is in front of me? You see what I'm saying? And I stared at him down like bad as fuck while he was asleep. I get up and I start cleaning. 3 a.m. by the way, bitch. It's 3 a.m. bitch. I ain't never do this in my motherfucking life. I start cleaning, bitch. I made some food. I didn't start meditating. I don't know. I was just really thrown off. And I ended up staying up until really the morning time. I ended up staying up to the morning time. And meanwhile, like I said, this boy literally set the energy in the house off so bad. It was to the point where I don't really understand. I don't know. I really felt like it was spiritual, because his energy, I couldn't be around it. Because in the morning when I woke up, we didn't speak. We really didn't talk to each other. He was really being standoffish because I didn't let him fuck. That's really what it was, because he wanted to fuck and he was horny and he hadn't had some pussy in a minute. That's really what it was. I just wasn't really, he was being rude and nasty and shit, and I just wasn't fucking with it. Like, boy, you got the motherfucking nerve. Got my bed, I gotta clean my bed sheets. I'm just very upset, you know what I mean? I leave him alone. Like, I literally did not talk to him. I literally left the room until he left. And the whole time he was there with me, I was talking shit about him. On my Twitter, follow my Twitter. I was talking shit about him on my Twitter. I was talking shit about him on my spam account because I realized that wasn't the nigga for me. I felt it in my gut. And even when I tried to make it work and like try to like be on him and shit, it was like, I couldn't. Girl, it just was not working. It wasn't sister working, smirking turkin, bitch. It was not sister working, bitch. So I left and I went into a deep 30-minute meditation. This was the deepest meditation that I ever went into in my whole entire life. And I really feel like this all was a sign. I really feel like as I get deeper into my spirituality and like who I am, that I'm starting to notice shit about people. I've always been a very vigilant person and I always notice certain shit about people. It's starting to heighten, like my intuition is starting to be heightened. I'm starting to feel and be more sensitive to energies, and I really feel like that's why I couldn't be in the same room as him, is because I was too sensitive to his energy, and I really just couldn't be in there without feeling uncomfortable. I went to a deep 30-minute meditation. It was great. It was awesome. I'll talk about that later. Like, I literally like seeing the light, but that's a whole nother thing. And I waited for him to leave until that nigga left, and now let's get to the questions. Now, why I know you guys are gonna be like, why didn't you kick him out? I didn't kick him out because it was in the middle of the night and I live in a predominantly white neighborhood, and he literally just looks like a bum. I'm gonna keep it a buck. He looks like a bum gangbanger. And it's a predominantly white neighborhood. We're under curfew. I wouldn't want to put him in a situation to where he would probably get in a situation with the police. So since I have a brother, I was kind of looking at that in that aspect, because I'd be damned if a bitch was to put my brother out and he's a black male and they in a predominantly white neighborhood under curfew. That's why I didn't kick him out. Second, I should have knew he was a bum, because when I first hanged out with him, he did some bum ass shit. And he is a bum. I'm starting to realize that he is a bum. And because I was in denial about it, because I just didn't want to claim that I fucked with a bum, but I did. And when he first came over, he was rolling up in my room, and you know the little the tobacco that comes in a cigar that you have to fucking take out when you roll up your wood? He literally dropped that shit on my floor. And if you guys don't know what it looks like, I'm gonna put a picture up. It looks like fucking mulch. He literally dropped all that shit on my floor and didn't flinch an eye at it and didn't say anything until I said something. And I was like, really? He was like, oh, sorry, my bad, I didn't even do that. But it's like, I should have caught from that second that he was dirty, because that was some dirty ass shit. Because only someone who was dirty was a nigga who likes clean shit, likes to keep him. If he was to do that, he would be like, oh shit, my bad. You got a broom. I didn't mean to. The nigga didn't even ask for a bag. Where the fuck was you gonna put empty out the tobacco at anyways? And I just didn't blink an eye at it. I was just like, oh, okay, like he probably, I don't fucking know. Third of all, the reason why I kept saying, remember it's December 1st is because I really feel like, if you guys don't know, December 1st, the energy, the frequency and the vibrations in Earth is very heightened. So that's why you're encouraged to manifest, meditate, shadow work, all that shit during December 21st. Because 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have your spiritual awakening and you're gonna feel it. And I definitely had mine, and that shit, it was so crazy. I'm gonna talk about that later. I really feel like I seen the angel numbers. I seen a lot of different stuff. And I really feel like it was because of that day and how everything was going. It was a sign that he wasn't for me. It was a sign. And that shit was crazy, because I definitely did ask for a sign when I was in the shower that let me know if the people around me is supposed to be around me. And so yeah, that was a story time about, I don't really know what I'm gonna title it, but you guys will see, about this nigga that I was talking to that I am no longer talking to. And I could tell when he left, he knew that the relationship we had was over, because he really showed out. He showed his ass. Let's just say that. Bye guys, love you guys so much. Comment and subscribe for more.